I was like, 7:02.
At 7:02. Lisa, will you do the roll call, please? Here.
Here.
Ken Cleveland, Ken Jackson,
Here.
Blaze Messenger,
Here.
John Post,
Here.
Heather Jacobs, here, Jessica Lamb, Emily Cifuentes, here, Chris Archer, Joe Culata, and Ron Reed.
All right, thank you. All right, I will take a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Ken, Matt, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have our minutes from the October 30th meeting. Any notes, questions, comments?
Just a spelling for Julia,
Okay.
Julia,
Oh, okay. Thank you. Anything else? All right. If not, I'll take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Thank
Second.
you, Matt. Thank you, John. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? All right, motion carries. Does not look like we have any public here, and we did not have any submissions to the inbox, so no public comments. Rosanna did not have a chairperson's report to provide, so no chairperson's report for tonight. The communications report, we're continuing our regular cadence. Our newsletter will go out tomorrow. We have no further updates. So then I'll go to design.
So the design subcommittee has gone back and forth a couple of times with Perkins Eastman since our last meeting. And we are happy that we have something to present tonight. So I think Joe's going to do it during his presentation for wall graphics.
Great, thank you. All right, so we can move right along to Perkins' report. I know.
A+.
I guess my point is I better go back to the trailer for having
All right, so we're going to have our field report, our FF and E update, which is very brief, our PV system update, which is also very brief, and then we'll get right into the wall graphics. So Alex was out at the site last Thursday. We've been continuing to have consultant site visits and continuing to go through submittals and RFIs. Hopefully those will be winding down at some point. So field photos. So we have brick up on the B building. This is the portion of the building that's the mock-up. I think we're ready to approve that soon, or? Then this is the main entry, which is now sealed in. And this is the little courtyard next to the media center here that looks into Main Street, and then the art classroom here. That's all sheathed in. And then two views. This is Main Street looking from the main entry back into Main Street. And then this is, I'm not sure which floor this is, maybe the second floor. Looking at the breakout area of the classroom wings. Oh, wow. Yeah, my pictures are old already. It's been 6 days. All right, so FF and E update. I have nothing to update. We're still waiting to hear from the state on the approvals of the furniture and technology packages and on the sole source letters. I think Emily might reach out this week.
I'll be reaching out to Andrea Boyle, our reviewer, for the furniture approval. That we know was about 99% complete, ready to be released. The technology, we'll have her inquire with Kermit, which is the approver for sole source, see where he stands and if there's anything still pending that he needs answers on, so to release that package.
So how does that impact our timeline, though? Because we wanted that approval, right, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So I've adjusted this schedule based on that, so you can see the little pink area here. This is kind of overtime at this point. And I've shortened the procurement period to about 3 weeks. Hopefully getting that approval or getting the bids back in right before the 12/18 building committee meeting. So it's going to give us not a lot of time to review the bids. So we'll have to stack that on priority.
If we need to have a special meeting just to have additional time to review the bids, would that be okay?
When?
If it's, you would need,
Like in January?
no, it'd be
No,
like
we'd
right
want it-
after the 18th meeting and before the Christmas holiday.
I mean, we would have to do something virtual because I think the schools are closed. Or we're going to be virtual then anyways, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the 18th were virtual.
What
Yeah.
this is predicated on, what's the star, the approval to bid date is pegged where?
Roughly right before Thanksgiving. Very rough.
Yeah.
Maybe really the only other day would be like the 19th.
Yeah.
Unless we're meeting on a Friday and then we're into the holiday week.
Yeah. Would an extra day be good enough, or you would just, should that be too tight to review?
I guess we'll see where we are once we get
Yeah.
the approval and
Okay.
look at a more detailed schedule, how much time. We don't have a lot of items to bid.
Yeah.
So maybe we truncate the bid period down to 2 weeks.
Is that reasonable?
I would confirm with Sharon to see if,
Oh,
since it's
yeah.
equipment, since it's items that are drop ship items, 2 weeks would be good enough for the town.
Okay. So you're saying I would confirm, like you would confirm, or you want
No, I
one
would.
of
I would.
us
No,
to
I would
do it?
confirm. I would
Okay.
ask Sharon
Okay.
if she's okay with that. It's equipment. The last time I spoke with her, it seemed that the town really doesn't have like a minimum requirement of time,
Okay.
but explain the situation and say that it's equipment, so it's not really consulting services or something that takes a lot of time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So then that could potentially buy another week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, also there's the other thing that your change order subcommittee, it's also authorized to review and approve bids
Mm-hmm.
instead of waiting till your regular meeting, according to the memo that it was agreed upon. So they would review Ken, John Harriman, Rosanna, and there's a scheduled Thursday meeting that the change order committee has that they
Mhm.
would review the bids, and if acceptable, they would approve, and then just bring for record their approval.
You're saying for the 19th?
I don't know when they would be scheduled, but we could easily call on them since there is just a smaller group, and Claudio's part of that meeting, of that group too, now that I remember. So that would be giving them the option to approve the bids and bringing them, like they bring the change orders here for record as well. Because the items are not going to
I
change.
know, but then we're into the holiday week. You're saying so like meet on the 26th?
Yeah, have them meet before.
I think she means
Okay.
so instead of it coming to the
Here,
full committee,
yeah.
she would just do it with
With them.
the subcommittee to just get us to the next step, and
Yeah.
then
Mhm.
whatever our regular scheduled building committee is.
Yeah,
Basically,
I know. I'm
yeah.
just saying, are people willing to meet that week? Is my thought.
Well, yeah, we could ask
Is
them
my
to. Yeah, we can
thought
ask the group
process.
tomorrow since there's a scheduled meeting tomorrow. So see if they would be available. Ken, Claudio, to be available to meet,
Okay.
just in case. In case we can't, we need just an extra week of time of bidding.
Has anyone reached out to the reviewer or anything?
I was just talking with Joe about that. I'll be doing that tomorrow morning.
So it
reaching out.
hasn't been done in the last
No,
2
we
weeks?
gave her all the approvals that she needs, all the items. Last Wednesday, I received the revised ineligible cost worksheet, and we did the entry into the state, and I sent it to her Thursday, so she probably is taking it a couple of days to review. Yeah. And Monday was a holiday to the state, so,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
So quick update on the PV system. The design is ongoing. CES is also starting the interconnection application, which is listed down here. One thing we do need to know, we're targeting right before Thanksgiving to have the 90% estimate set to go to the estimator. So that would take a couple weeks to estimate. But we're still pending approval of the phase from the state before we could do anything else once we get through that.
And just to follow up on that, the PV. Is this on? Yeah. I did talk with Stuart Popper with the planning, and he says as long as it's on the roof, it has no effect with him. It would be just a building project. So I did forward that along to John Egan, the building commissioner, and he said fine, thank you for the info. So at this point, it would be seems like it would be a building permit issue.
Yeah, I think once we get to the 90% set, while it's being estimated, we like to meet with the building official and the fire marshal to review the PV layout.
Right.
We could do that concurrently.
It's a good update.
Yeah, so no easy. Okay, now the fun stuff. So just to recap where we have graphics. So we have in each of the breakout areas of the classroom wings, there's a wall of graphics. We have the 3D logo here, which is part of the construction package that's already been designed. And then we're concentrating, we had 7 along this wall and the one that was in the media center. And we're combining that square footage all onto this one wall here above the brick. And then we have the one in the cafeteria. So you can see this is where we're concentrating all of the wall graphic in that area. This logo has been deleted, and it's the information is being incorporated into the graphic itself. And there's the cafeteria view, so it's on this wall. This is the servery wall, exterior, and then Main Street would be behind us. Yep. Is this one built? And then the breakout area. So this was the placeholder view. And just a reminder of the material palette. So we had the green and the blues for the classroom wings, white paint for the general paint. We had this darker blue transition color, and then this darker gray paint. And then the gym color was the red. And then the admin board of ed paint color was a color that Dr. Macri and Ann selected for their accent walls. So here's the overview of the graphics. So the graphic language was STEAM and hexagons. And then also the other overriding theme was silhouettes. So this is the Main Street wall. So option 2 was selected of many rounds. So we had different language, imagine, play, and create. And then each of these silhouettes represents a STEAM action. So astronomy, sports, which is not a STEAM thing, but because it's at the gym wall, and the arts, and the different science in here. And then Home of the Falcons was incorporated into the graphic as well. And then the cafeteria, so this is graphics kind of called a Wordle. So the SOAR theme of the school was incorporated, and different inspirational words that were mixed in, and then the falcon from the school logo. And then the breakout common spaces incorporated STEAM themes into it. So we have math equations, and then science. So this is the 6th grade wing. So I think they use do a lot of kind of like earth science stuff. You can see the hexagons incorporated. You see those in the gym as well, in the acoustical panels, and then technology, and then nature as well, and then some science speakers here. And then this is the 7th grade wing. So this is the first floor of the B wing over here. So their math is a lot of using circles and pi, and equations, balanced equations, and different science themes here. And then weather. And then if you zoom into here, this is a compass that's been brought into the sun.
So this aligns to the current like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade curriculums?
Yes.
Oh, very
so we
cool.
received that curriculum, and Rebecca worked those specific math and science
Mhm.
themes into each one of these.
That's cool.
I could ask her to add one. And then the 8th grade wing. So these graphics are also, I should point out, are using some of the wayfinding for each of the wings. So the 6th grade wing has a lot of green incorporated for wayfinding. The 7th is a combination of greens and blues, and then the 8th grade wing is all blue. So again, astronomy, different geometry, volumes, and then gotta find the sciences in here, and then this, the solar system. And that's our presentation.
Those look really great. Nice job to the design committee and to Perkins and Eastman. I know it was a lot of work. So is there any, do we vote on them, or we're all okay with them, or I'll ask us if there's any questions first. Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I think
it'd be good to
the
vote on
design
it.
subcommittee can make a recommendation to accept
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
raw graphics as presented, and then the committee can vote.
Could I just ask a
Any
quick question?
questions?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, you can.
Can I
Yes,
ask
you
a
can.
long question?
Oh, and just so everyone knows, Rosanna did see these, and she's okay with them too.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Matt.
they all look awesome. Like the classroom wing ones are amazing. Just a question for probably you guys looked at this, for where you centered the Home of Falcons. Was that intentionally like just centered on the gymnasium wall? Was that the?
It's
So it's centered between the two doors. It was originally shifted
Right.
over to the center of the graphic, and it just looked
That's what I was gonna ask.
a little off place. So we decided to move it between the two doors.
To more show that that's where the Falcons are playing.
Yeah.
Or
I also think it's worth noting, and I've said this to the committee, that you'll never see it from this point of view.
right.
yeah.
You're only going to see it up there, so it won't necessarily even
Yeah,
look like
you won't have
it's
a
off center.
You won't have the huge
Yeah.
perspective.
You'll see it from this view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have that angle, you're not gonna be able to see a center. Okay. Yeah. No, I figured you guys thought of it.
And I just want to add the Main Street, and maybe the cafeteria one too. Correct me if I'm wrong. The wall will be painted behind it, and then the graphic is actually printed on a clear material and
Oh.
installed. Is that the same for the cafeteria, Joe?
We can do it that way, yeah. So that
Yeah, just
the
to make
color
it-
matches. so
yeah,
that
just-
we don't have to match the graphic gray to the wall paint gray, because they'll never match that way.
Oh, that makes sense.
It makes it's possible, but it's difficult.
So that's
and then
that
you don't
gray
have to peel.
paint.
You don't have to peel out each individual
Nope,
silhouette
it'll just be
person.
one
It's a-
sheet.
it's a
No,
solid
it's all
roll.
one sheet.
Yep,
See,
one
it's
sheet.
just that's the way they prefer to install it.
Nice.
Gets-
Yeah.
If you did each one
Yeah.
would count as a graphic, and so it's
Yeah,
it's
and you gotta
basically
center 'em or-
wallpaper.
Yeah, that's great.
Rebecca did a really good job, so kudos to her for taking our input and comments and putting them to paper. 'Cause
And my experience with her graphics is they look great on paper, but when you see them in person, they're even more amazing. So I've done a number of schools with her as the graphic designer, and they come out amazing.
That's great. All right. Well, does the design committee want to make a recommendation?
So the design subcommittee is making a recommendation to approve these 5 graphics.
Okay, I will take a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Blaze.
Second.
Thank you, Matt. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, motion carries. Thank you.
No, it was a
Yes.
team effort. Team effort.
All right,
Kudos.
anything else, Joe?
Kudos, yeah.
That was it.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
All right, we can move to Newfield.
This was taken this afternoon. There's not much to say over the last go round, but I do want to point out that once again we're all ready for temporary heat now, and as of Wednesday we'll be hopefully running.
So the entire building's enclosed at this point?
Yes, with either temporary means or with
Yeah.
sheathing or whatever it may be. Yes.
Wow, that's great.
Yep. Your entire roof is done. All of the roof is complete now. You'll see that over in here. He's focusing on this area right now with his AVB material. They're doing all of the detailing work. They've gotten to this corner here with the spray apply, so they're making good headway on all of that. I'm trying to avoid the trees. There's trees right here. So I just don't, I never want to hit those, so I'm always extra cautious there. But as you can see, all of the AVB material has been sprayed all the way along this north wall now. And you'll notice even the cafeteria, there's what your cafeteria is going to look like basically.
And those will be all windows, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Or based on the picture, yeah.
So they've made it around to here with the brick, and they're working this west elevation as well. And I got you a really good view of the actual install of both colors of the brick. When I come around into the courtyard, you'll see that. But they're starting to gain some steam now, and we're doing what we can with the good weather. So now when I come around into here, all of this brick is done right here, and they actually started. You can see the different coloration right here. Those are the actual precast pieces that are in place now as well. Yes, this panel right here has been cleaned, but none of the rest has been cleaned. And as you can see, all of your roof is complete here. And this is all sheathed, all temped in. We're getting ready to come around here. Once we finish up what we were doing with the AVB over near the BOE, we're going to come into the courtyard on the north face of 8, and we're going to start the brickwork in there as well. Once again, we're trying to get out of this area to allow unencumbered area for both the window install as well as the site work contractor.
You guys do a punch list on the roof before the RTUs are installed? Before and after?
So we employ a rolling punch list. So if we see something wrong when we're up there and we're taking a walk, investigating whatever it may be, it goes on that rolling punch list. As far as actually punching out the roof, we would look to do that with the actual manufacturer. That way we're all looking at the same things, making sure that we have good determinations on what's an issue, what isn't an issue, and then we would get into that process as well.
So there'll be a formal inspection with the roof at some point?
Yes, with the manufacturer,
Okay.
yes.
And
Yes,
any-
that's required to get the warranty.
And it's not just for any damage, but any potential damage as well?
Correct, incorrect details. If we
Yeah.
have to adjust something, it will all be identified at that time.
Okay.
So that's where you're going to have 3 1,000-gallon propane tanks right here that are going to be that will heat the building. We have actually one corral here, and then there's another corral on the back side on the north side there. So you're going to have 6,000 gallons of propane heating this building all winter. And obviously we'll fill as we need. No, No, the water level is actually, we figure it's about 2 feet lower than where it was earlier in the summer. We're at about I'd say actually 137, somewhere around in there, and we were hovering around 139.5, which was the number that we were trying to be at, but we actually got up to 143. So we're way down on the water table right now, which is obviously helping us as well. And I will note that Mather has remobilized to the job site. They're starting to work on the TST again, which means that we're starting to form out the actual pond. We're starting to get ready to do the under drainage while we have this weather, while the water table's down, while everything's in our favor. We're trying to form out that entire TST, get your amphitheater going, start doing all of that work. We actually talked about tagging trees with Richter Segan, and getting ready for the spring planting season out there. So we're actively pursuing developing that west side of the site for you guys right now. And that's just another chunk for us to bite right now and not have to do it in the summer. And once again, that's all in a design to have your bus loop, anything that needs to be done for when the start of the new school year comes. So everything that we can tick off now, we are investigating and taking care of the best that we can. So
That's great. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Any questions? All right. Thank you, Chris. Okay. Yep.
Oh, I had alluded to it. We're trying to get out of that courtyard area because mid-December we're expecting our first window installs. So, and that will be happening on that wall where we were just talking about washing the brick and everything. We're going to start in that corner, come around the south side of B, and then follow our way right around the north side. And once again, we're hoping to have enough men to be able to do a two-man crew to get out of that courtyard as quickly as possible. So,
When do they plan on doing interior doors and hardware, all that?
um,
Or is that still off the radar?
it's still off the radar right now. All frames are at the building though, so everything that needs to be installed is going to be installed within the next couple of weeks here. If not, we're moving in that direction. We just haven't taken any delivery of hardware or slabs yet. We can't take the slabs yet because the building isn't conditioned. I could take the hardware, but not the slabs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you.
I think Ron just has another update on our end.
Okay.
So last week, we had a meeting, Curtis, audio, and potential mover, gonna move everything to
Thank you.
And once that proposal is ready, it's going to be on a state contract, so we'll be able to use that that state number and go from there.
Okay.
So we have 2 items to require your approval, and they're part of the items that I passed around. Crown Castle has met with Stephen, is his name? With Stephen, Ron Newfield, regarding the fiber connection and relocation. And they've provided 2 proposals which require your approval to move forward. These are the most important ones, and one is for $54,081 and the other one's for $1,340. So you can see there's a brief description for you, and the actual backup is here attached. And Ron can give you a little bit more background as to what's actually going to happen with these proposals.
Yeah, so the $54,000 is for you to get from your location right now where it comes into the building for Crown Castle to get out to 99, come up Grove Street and get into the 4 conduits that we've installed for the pathway for the fiber optics and connection of the building. And then the 1340 on the bottom line is to, if I'm not mistaken, that's for the cross connection for the temporary, right?
That's the cross connection and pulling the fiber out of the building for potential reuse later.
Yeah, so they're gonna coil it up on the. We can actually take it and bring in your dark fiber again afterwards. I believe that's what the design of that 1340 is. Yeah, it's if I'm not mistaken, I believe he said it was 40-something poles that he's got to hit before he gets back over to the conduit at the end of Grove Street.
So did this go through the change order process, or this is coming here for the first time?
No, this is coming here for the first time.
Okay.
It's on a state contract, so there's no need to bid.
Okay.
However, we will need to use the owner contingency to fund these costs.
Okay.
52,000, almost 53,000 for CMS, and about $2,600 for CAO will come up from the owner contingency.
Okay.
Yeah,
But it's a need. It does happen. It's not expected for the district to pay. I've seen it in other projects, and it is part of the construction costs. So.
Okay.
Not only that, but I'll add to that these numbers that are being represented here, when I was first brought into the conversation, they haven't changed. So they're not playing around with them. So.
Okay.
Yeah, everything that's represented on that screen right now, nothing's changed from.
Yep.
Yes. No, that's not an order of magnitude. That's the cost that they gave for the PO to actually get the work done. So.
Yep.
Okay. Any questions? All right, I'll take a motion. Thank you. All those in favor of approving the, what is this, a purchase order?
Yeah, 2 purchase orders to Crown Castle.
2 purchase orders for Crown Castle. One for a total of $1,340 and the other for a total of $54,081. All those in favor? Opposed? All right, motion carries.
And last for you tonight, we have 4 invoices that require your approval for a total of $6,150,345.60, and it's broken down by Newfield Construction, one for CMS, one for Central Admin, our Arcadis Services, and commissioning services just for the middle school.
All right, any questions? All All right, if not, I'll take a motion to approve tonight's invoices for a total of $6,150,345.60. All right, Ken, thank you.
Second.
Thank you, Blaze. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Any other updates? Emily?
No other updates on our end.
Okay, what happened to, with the purchase order for Tri-State?
We have numbers. We received the proposal from Tri-State.
Okay.
We do agree on the amount that's outstanding. However, and when in discussing with Ron today, our team needs to meet with Newfield to see if the forecasted testing numbers that are going to be done after, for future, if they agree with that, but we would like to first sit down with the construction manager and before bringing that over to you. So probably be in one of the December meetings.
Okay.
Absolutely. Whenever you're ready, I'll be ready.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, any other comments, updates, or announcements?
Are we meeting in 2 weeks here?
We are not meeting in 2
Thanks,
weeks. We are
okay.
meeting in 3 weeks, so December
Thank you.
4th.
Okay.
And it's here, and then December 18th will be virtual.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. I will adjourn.